she has been there for a long time.
Louis.
Who's gonna watch? Who's gonna watch? Who can
You don't never know.
Exactly.
I have the next class that 17 views.
Exactly.
Alright.
Who's gonna know me?
Stop yelling. You never know. Life is very, very short.
Very ask her doubt.
Yes,
If
okay.
you don't know the class.
Back to you.
Alright, so we have Ali, we have the postmaster now. Ali, we past Ali was a successful skill hunter, sharp eyes, cruel.
Excuse me, ma'am. Skill hunter. We are studying forever, idiot. The most curious one in ever.
Yes. Now coming to this Ali.
Game, man.
Sorry.
A city game.
When did I come?
Oh my.
This is the past tense. With this she
When
used.
did it come?
When did I come? 5 minutes before.
We started, we are busy in the phone.
Yeah, and I have again come back to this Ali. Okay? Was successful human skill hunter, sharp eyes, cruel, no
Ma'am, she
man.
has a doubt. She cried the entire class.
Okay, sorry. What was the doubt?
Why is there at the start of this night?
The latter is stout, complacent. Stout is, as I said, like, healthy. Okay? Yes. Complacent is absolutely knows herself, very comfortable in herself, satisfied. That. So she knows what she wants and like that. So she's very happy, satisfied. Complacent is that. Then an impassive face, she doesn't show emotions on her face. And an irritating way of being right, that I am always correct and you are wrong.
And then she showed that she's blank.
What is the
Do not open the window. I do not like mosquitoes visiting me. And the mosquitoes are my best friends.
I want to see outside.
No need.
This is a prison. We aren't allowed to make contact.
Yes, I agree. Alright. So no value for it. Now initially, when you're talking about when he started, he didn't have any like value for relationship because like he was busy in his own work. He was always like going for hunting trips and all that. Only he realized the importance of his daughter when she got married. Okay? So present time, a true picture of boundless faith and love because he believes that his daughter will write to him. Okay, so he has his faith and he loves his son. Indefinite, patient, like absolutely, like even every day without fail, he would come to the post office and wait for the letter. Alright? Determined because he says he knows that his daughter will write. So coming to the post office, or whatever, whether it's raining, whether it's like thunderstorm, anything, he was determined to come. Like, he came regularly to the file for 5 years. He was hopeful for 5 years. He didn't receive any letter because of the whole life he was not there for his daughter. So yeah. Silently, both the turns died unsung and unfulfilled because nobody valued him. Okay. And he was like desire, what is his desire? That is letter, that is daughter writes a letter, right? Doesn't write. Only when he is there, the letter writes. So after 5 years he died, and after that, letter writes.
Oh.
Mariam, Ali's daughter, married to a soldier into his regiment in Punjab. No contact with Ali for last 5 years. Her separation changed Ali's side to him. Totally. Okay. Gopalbai, another official unbelief person called Ali a man, unconcerned about Ali's actually black humanity and made fun of Ali. These are all the major characters. You should know the characteristics. Again, I'm telling you, don't make a mistake of not knowing the characteristics. I always say, right now I don't have the time for you to write.
I'm not going to send it to you.
Previous one, this one you wrote, Ali did. Ali wrote to postmaster and this Mariam and this Gokul Bhai and other officials wrote for it. Now, this is what it revolves around. This is your web map. You don't need this. Okay?
I don't get
Ali, daughter, postmaster, here, Lakshmi Das, and Gokul Bhai and other officers. They are here.
It's just gonna be a fun chapter.
So phases. Ali was going to the post office. The clerk as the officer made fun of him. Post of Ali, Hunter is the junglist. Miriam's marriage and turning point of life. Postmaster's good attitude calling Ali a pest. Ali's last visit. Lakshmidas Golgiri's. Postmaster's agony. Golgiri is the coin. He was a coin. In that before time, yeah. He gave 5 Golgiris and he said, when my letter comes, come and keep it on the grave on my table.
The matter about postmaster. What is a journey?
A journey with agony is. The spelling is wrong. It's agony. Agony because he realized his mistake. He called Ali a pest, right? And Ali never retaliated. Very humbly, he heard what he has said. He never ever answered back. He never ever took, he was insulted by this one. He carried on coming, even rain, sunshine, hailstorm, anything kept on coming. And then Ali's appearance as a ghost, postmaster left with us placing a letter on Ali's grave. So, old coachman Hari was going to road early in the morning because in city morning people would be lying asleep, wrapped in silence, pulling his scattered clothes, shivering in cold, he walked tiredly, supporting himself in a bolster. Sometimes we leave the building or post office for others, it had become a place of pilgrimage for Ali. People go to the post office for him, it was a pilgrimage because what is a pilgrimage?
Religious.
Religious, yes.
Why was it called a post office?
Because they just wanted a
Because-
letter from his daughter. He wanted to contact her.
Yes. So he would arrive there early in the morning every day and occupy a particular seat in a particular corner of the veranda. He had been waiting there anxiously for a letter from his inn. And this is the postmaster employees made fun of him. Okay, even though there was no letter, they would call him out. They would call out his name, they would try to instigate a reaction from him. Okay, and made fun of him on singing jump and come, come to the door. But the boundless faith and infinite patience came every day and went away empty-handed. In his youth, Ali was a clever hunter. He had become very skilled in a habit of hunting with a fine policeman is shooting person. And he knows when he see a bird or an animal, it would be as good cameras in the back. So he was a sharp shooter. Okay. Now the evening of his life was drawing in, that means he was getting old, and he had left his old ways. Ali's only child William had married and left at least 5 years. Ali had no room for the daughter whom he was living there. He had no longer enjoyed the old pleasure of hunting days. He came to the grief of separation was unavoidable from the day he come around 5 every morning in the post office. As I said, initially he was so busy in his hunting and he would every day go hunting, he didn't have the time to spare. And when his daughter went away, you start realizing the value of some person when they're not there. And he started realizing the importance of his daughter when she was not there. So she was married to a soldier. Now soldier's life, is like a wanderer's life. Because every day, yeah.
Transfer.
So he never received any letter, but faithfully he would go to the post office to get to see if any news has arrived. And one day the postmaster asked his colleagues if he hadn't got any letter. The postmaster was convinced the man was really mad because every time they would tell him there's no letters, every single day he would arrive. Okay, for several days, Ali did not come to the post office. No one tried to guess the reason. At last, he came again and could not breathe properly. He asked the postman about Miriam's letter, and the postmaster lost his temper and called Ali the best and asked him to go away. Ali came out, but eyes had been exhausted because
He died after last.
yeah, because he couldn't. He very great difficulty had come to the post office, but now he didn't have the strength to go back. Ali gave 5 golden guineas to the clerk Lakshmi and requested him to deliver his letter brought a letter and a grave after that. Ali told him that it was his last day on earth. Ali was never seen again. One day a trouble came to the post office. You know what is the most biggest irony is one, you in life you never realize the importance of the person passing away. You know, if the person is not there, till that person is there, you don't value that person. When the person is away, you start valuing that person, you start missing that person, start longing to this one. Another thing is like till you're not in the other person's situation and shoes, you never realize what that other person is going through. This happened with the postmaster. He one day got a news that his daughter was ill in another town. And he wanted news for her, how she is, she's okay, she's not okay. And that imagine in those days there was no you only news you would get is through letters. Postal system was the only thing was there. There was no mobile, there was no telephone system, telegram system was there, but that also is post office. Through post office you get telegram. So he when he was in Ali's position, waiting for news for his daughter, he realized that how unkind he was to Ali. And in actual life, it is like that. You know, your family members are there till you are very, like, you know, sometimes in the last day you have been very rude, but you regretted your whole life because you can't say sorry to that person because of you got rude. It's like that. You carry on that like a burden throughout your life. And you don't value that person till, and let's not go there. What about like when you are, you know, and you will notice this. When you go away for your studies, maybe abroad, maybe some other cities, you will know, you will start valuing your home cooked meals. Let go of anything. You start valuing that kind of, like, you know, missing out on what was given to you, what luxury was given to you, what comfort was given to you. But when you are there, you never ever value, never say thank you, never ever like look at that person who was cooked for you or you know taking care of you throughout your life. You never ever do that. But once you start like you know move away from there, you start realizing their values.
Our teacher gave the example of like mother, she wakes up and as you leave for school and you didn't say bye. But when you come from school, you that she's not there and you are sad that you can't say goodbye to her.
Yeah, it is like that. It's like that. So that's why I think that is life because we this is the thing is that we don't value what is there in front of us and when they're away from us, we start valuing them.
I have a missed call from my mom, but I texted her.
Yes. Because she must have not realized you have to ask us.
Yeah.
My sorry. So his daughter lay ill in another town. He was anxiously waiting for news, but no letter seeing the mail. He found one letter addressed to Ali was shocked. He called the Lakshmidas and told him to search for Ali and gave him the letter. All night for his daughter's news, he got up at 3 at night and was sitting in the post office and he understood Ali's feelings. As a stroke of eye, he heard a soft knock on the door and found Ali bent, double the age, but he seemed unearthly. Unearthly is the ghostly appearance of Ali. The postmaster shrank back in fear and astonishment. Soon he disappeared. In the meantime, Lakshmidas came and told the whole Ali had died 3 years ago. He was surprised that Miriam's letter was lying near the desk. Then Lakshmidas read the last evening. The change came in attitude. That evening, both the postmaster and Lakshmi went to Ali's way to read the letter on his turned back. The postmaster now realized that understood Ali's anxiety. He was tortured by doubt and remorse. Remorse because he can't say sorry. You know, when you feel very sorry for your behavior, you can't say sorry. So that he sat in the chair to wait for the news of his daughter. As I said, the irony of life, you don't realize you are not with that person's shoes. No, you are not with that person. One is one, don't realize the importance till they are gone. One is you don't understand
Until you are in their place.
until you are in that same situation. Like you make fun of your friends in the class. There may be some, but you don't know exactly what situation is there. Or like, you know, I have seen children making fun of the status, making fun of not having money. Children are very cruel. Talking about their parents, what they do for their living. They comment on that. You know, that is not something we can comment on because it is you are not earning neither. Don't say I don't do it.
No, I don't do this on parents का काम करता है तो very this are not.
But
trouble
you have an attitude. So it is.
This is yours and Mama. She taunts me every day.
No, but that is what I said. You don't realize that sometimes it is very hurtful. Understood. Sometimes it is very degrading. You need
You
to
laughed
understand
at me
that.
and it's not that she laughs at me and then she hide it even from me.
Ma'am, more than a bunch words that the person.
Yeah. It is because you can't take back. You can't take back words which you
Yes.
and it keeps on playing in your head and it is actually very demeaning because
It's like a bow when it goes, it can't come.
yeah, you can't retrieve it back. And like sometimes you knowingly do it. It is because you don't understand that how deeply you can hurt a person.
That's why we say, my mother says like, when you speak,
Take before you speak. Because that lessons, you realize later in life when you're little more sensitive. But when you
after
are,
like when we speak and we understand what they're speaking.
because you can hurt a person, physically hurt a person, that hurt will heal. But when you hurt a person verbally, that it is like stuck in your head like a recorder.
I'm in the word person.
Okay. So we start with
Get your apple, yeah. Where is your apple? Just be a whispering conversation. You're not supposed to yell it to her. Be like, where is the apple? Just trying to tell her where is my apple. But to get her.
you are supposed to pay attention to this lesson.
I just ate an apple before coming to the class. An apple is in my stomach.
So the apple.
Yeah.
So the apple.
The apple is in his stomach.
There is an apple in his stomach.
Yes, the apple is getting digested because it takes you 2 hours to 3 hours to get digested.
Not a bio person.
Don't worry. After some time it will degenerate and it will come out.
The gastric juices, then the bile juice, and then the liver
Oh
juice.
my God.
Then it will go this 3 parts of small intestine,
Yes.
and it will absorb water, and then it last will go to large intestine, it will absorb all the water,
Yes.
and then it will go from rectum to anus and
Yes. Good boy. See, that's why I like it when he attends the class.
I don't like bio. You talk physics, chemistry, maths. I'll be your place.
मैं शोभिता मैम के क्लास में सोने आप प्रिपेयर कर रहा हूँ
So whoever taught physics, chemistry, maths, I'll let you all.
तो प्रशांत को ऐसा करना
ना मतलब पढ़ते तो IT से है क्लास. IT? वो IT Mr. Prashant.
what why
Me, I don't stop me from politics.
Thank you, that's right.
In the great sky of early dawn, stars still glow, as happy memories light up a light that is nearing its close.
Why this particular line has been used?
First, like give it an emotional, like
no that sky will be gray so it will be like the first line
we cannot use this.
What? Sorry. Who?
Okay.
Why is the first line used like that?
So there was the idea that there's something done.
As happy memories light up a light that is nearing its close. It gives you a foreshadowing. It tells you what is going to happen in the story. It tells you like what. It gives you a hint. When I say foreshadowing, it gives you a hint of what. Now, when you're talking about nearing its close, it's Ali's life. Nearing its close. Happy memories light up because he remembers what has happened in his life and needs that kind of memories to cherish. Okay. Next.
Old man was walking through the town now and again drawing his tattered clothes tight to cushion his body from the cold and white wind. From some houses came the sound of grinding wheels, and the street voices of women singing at the work, and the sounds helped him along his lonely way, except for an occasional bark of a dog. The distant steps of a working man going early to work, or the screech of a bird disturbed before its time. The whole town was wrapped in deathly silence.
So what time of the day it is?
Right, morning.
Early morning. Before the sun has out. Okay, before sunrise. Because how do you come to know what are the indications that it is early morning?
Birds are disturbed from the sleep before they die.
and the sky is not like fully
Okay, what else? What are the
There are
other indicators?
people, distant steps of workmen going early to work.
Okay, early to work. What else?
There is less traffic on
Sorry,
less traffic on road.
less traffic on road. What else?
Traffic signals are not on.
You can hear the grinding
Cold
wheels.
and biting wind.
Yes, but you can hear the grinding wheels. When it is morning time,
Pure oxygen is there.
yes, we can't hear the sound. So sound is also cat. Dogs are barking because normally dogs don't bark.
Dogs bark at night when they sleep.
Yes, thank you. And the houses are what street voice of women,
But that
predominant village scene you get where the woman.
I need something to
Give it up. Okay. So and then you have nobody. It's deadly silent. These are all indication that is and you look at this lonely way. It has been transferred, right? The meaning has been transferred. Way is not lonely. It's personified. It is also emphasizing that Ali is very lonely, and these things are keeping him rooted to it helps him along the way because that shows that he doesn't have any kind of family. This predominantly shows that he doesn't have anybody to take care of him, and these are the sounds which help him along the way. It keeps him little entertained because nobody is there to take care of him. So in the first paragraph, only you get a glimpse of how, Ali, what life Ali is leading, right?
most of its inhabitants were still in the arms of sleep. The sleep which grew more and more profound on account of the intense winter cold.
Yes.
For the cold
1 minute. Winter time, what happens? We don't like to get out of bed.
we
Right? No, we sleep longer. So that kind of, I think now it is talking about the harsh winter. Ali is going out in the harsh winter, emphasizes how, what kind of determined and how he longs for something. Okay, then
For the cold, for the cold used sleep to extend its way over all things, even as a false friend lulls his chosen victim to carelessly smile.
cold has been personified here. Okay, so he's like cold is saying uses extended sway all over. Now he's as false friends lulls is chosen. So here you are using a simile also. Why? It is talking about how winter stretches his hand and lulls you as if it's a friend, but it's a false friend because it is tricking you to sleep when you should be getting up. Okay, so here simile is used, personification is used to emphasize that even that has not stopping him from going.
The old man, shivering at times, but fixed of purpose, plodded on till he came out of his town gate onto a straight road.
Okay, plodded. Just now we discussed gait, right? The way we walk. Plodded is heavy steps. You know, like if you're like, have you ever walked in snow? Have you ever walked in snow? Did you ever go to a hill station where you walked in snow? How did you walk? It was difficult from one footstep to the other because snow is covering, it's holding you like a tight pack, right?
And mud also.
Yeah, mud also. So you are heavy steps you put, no? So that is plodding. Okay? So he when he came to the town gate on a straight road. It's winter time, so maybe there is snow where he is using heavy steps to go. Okay? Plus, winter time your joints also becomes tighter. Have you noticed? Winter time your body starts paining also at times. Not when you're young, but you feel that the muscles are tighter. Okay.
Along this, he now went at somewhat slower pace, supporting himself on his old staff.
So it means that it's a struggle for him to go. He's using a staff to go. Okay, it is cold, that means his joints are stiff. Right? He's plodding, that means he's using heavy footsteps to walk. And it's a struggle for him to go, but he's determined. Again, we come back to the word determined. He's determined to go to the post office. This determination is shown. Okay.
On one side of the road was a row of trees, on the other was the town's public garden. The sky was darker now and the cold more intense, for the biting wind was blowing straight along the road. At the end of the garden stood a handsome building of the newest style, light green, through the crevices of its closed door and windows.
Okay. So this is telling you where exactly he was heading. Okay. It's telling you the setting of the where it is happening. It is happening in a village. It is happening, that means where is his destination? It is between rows of trees and the other side of town's garden. And the sky is dark and the cold more intense for the biting wind. Again, it is personified as if to emphasize how extremely cold the weather is. Biting wind, when we talk about wind doesn't bite, but here it is personified. Was blowing straight along the road. So even the elements are not being able to stop it. The weather has not been able to stop it like that. At the end of the road stood a handsome building of US style. This is describing the post office. Okay, light greenish, it was shining. Okay, and to the previously of its closed door. Previously are those, see these like the joints are there, the door joints are there. Can you see space between that?
Yeah.
The joints of the door. Can you see the space between that? So if the light is on, it will go through those PVSs. Okay, those are known as PVSs.
Oh yeah.
Understood? Have you understood? PVSs are the space between those joints, right? Look at the joints there. You can see that light will filter through. That means it will go through and you find that little sharp, straight lines of light.
Beholding the wooden arch of this building, the old man was filled with the joy that a pilgrim feels when he first sees the goal of his journey. On the arch hung an old board with the newly painted letters post office. The old man went in quietly and squatted on the veranda. The voices of two or three people busy and their routine work could be faintly heard through the walls.
So here, this is your post office, and here before the post office, there is a veranda. Olden days houses had verandas. You know what a veranda is?
And it means the front of house there is a big
Yeah. There is a fence around the house, and that's outside the
veranda,
door.
like small garden
Yeah.
and sitting
Correct.
adjacent there.
That is known as a veranda. Just outside the door, there was like verandas. Where you sit up, where you have a swing, where you have this chair, you have a tea at times,
Yeah,
and you have a or to get the
Yes.
opposite hand. Yeah, that is a veranda. So beholding this is looking at, is as soon as he sees the post office, his face lights up. It's like he's reached his destination as it's coming from. Like it's like this God. Pilgrimage is like this post office is like that temple of God, right? He's waiting. Why? Because that shows his, how reverently is waiting that this is the person who will give me my answer, who will deliver my word, answer my query. That, how you go to God, you are very reverent, right? You know what is reverent, right? You have this holy thought in your head, right?
You are sure that wish will be accomplished.
Yes, but you have this kind of holy feeling for that. Yeah.
So it's a
Reverend is when you go enter temple, okay, and you know the God is present there, and you feel blessed, and you feel that kind of feeling, right? Like you honor that God like that. Reverend is being honoring God. Okay. So on the arch hung, this is the arch. Look at this. This is the arch of this one. So on the arch, board only made it post of the board when finding squatted. Squatted is you do squats, right? When you go to the gym.
Yes.
You sit on your haunches, that is squatting. You understand what is squatting?
yes.
Fighting.
You know the Indian toilet system?
Oh, okay.
That is
When
why
I saw it,
That's all. You saw it coming, that is squatting. In an Indian toilet, you have to squat.
you don't squat in sports or something. Yeah.
I said gym, but gym body, that didn't register. So I had to use that term.
so he superintended a voice quite sharp. The old man started at the sound, but composed himself again to wait. But for the fate and luck that warmed him, he could not have borne to the bitter cold.
Okay. Now, in the post office, what is the habit is they call out the names of the person whose letter has come. So police superintendent, that letter has come for at least attendance. The police, like they would send these maybe the what do you call that? What do you call that? Havaldar. In Hindi. I was looking for that. So maybe they would send them to get the letter. Okay, so the letter would arrive from police superintendent, the attendant would come and say, "This is mine, give the letter," they would take it and go. So the old man started, he was like, suddenly this, like, it was all, everything was quiet and suddenly he hears it, so he was started as if he was surprised. But he composed it again too late because suddenly names were being called and he was like he wanted to know whether his name was being called. But faith is not that had warmed him. He could have not gone. It was absolutely again it's emphasized weather is absolutely cold and because of that made him very old. So he could not bear it except for that love and his waiting. Cold is bear the cold. So that's name after name.
Name after name rang out from within as the clerk read out the English addresses on the letters and flung them to the waiting postman. From long practices, he had acquired great speed at reading out the titles: Commissioner, Superintendent, Divan Sahib, and Librarian. And then flinging the letters up. Flinging the letters up. In the minds, in the midst of this procedure, a jesting voice from inside called Coachman L. The old man got up, raised his eyes to heaven in gratitude, and stepping forward, put his hands on the door. To the door. Gokul Bhai. Yes, who is there? You ordered Coachman Ali's name, didn't you? Here I am. I've come for my letter. It's a madman, sir, who worries us by calling every day for letters that never come, said the clerk to the postmaster.
Now, see how cruel they know that he's waiting for the letter very desperately and just for like fun, like when they're calling out various names of various people whose letters have come, they call out his name and he gets so happy. He just comes and he says, "My letter," and he says, "This is a mad person." He's giving names for it. So, like, word is very cruel. They don't understand what kind of condition that person has faced and come for that. How desperately he's waiting for it, but they just make fun. Now you need to understand in the postal system. Now they have these cubicles. If you have ever been to a post office, which is now you still go there at like courier, speed post, and all that you do it. So there are cubicles in that, and these cubicles normally now they have this area. They put this different areas are marked and the letters they put in that area. The postman of that area will collect the letters and then they will go and deliver it. Okay. So at that particular time they are distributing the letters according to the people rather than areas. So he was calling out the names and his long practice means he's become an expert. He has been an expert because if you are doing this again and again and again and again, automatically you start doing it. There is no your body will know automatically what you are supposed to do. You become an expert in it. That's why long practice. So he's playing at a great speed. If you see hotels and you see people cooking, you will see the way their hands move. And the same thing you will see at home. Yeah. Because they have been doing that again and again and repetitively, right? At home, you will not have that much of speed of chopping vegetables. You see the difference. Have you seen? You see Master Chef. You see how they chopping the vegetables. They have moved quickly. Or you see in Discovery Channel. You see they have moved quickly. But the same speed will not be there in your own home because you are not doing it at a regular basis. Each vegetable you cut at different speed, right? But they have a one speed. Within a minute, they would slice up the julienne, the carrots. While for us to julienne, it takes you 10 minutes at least. You know what a julienne? Julienne is thin slices for salads or for you to make the julienne, it will take you 10 minutes, one carrot. Because you have to slice it and cut it and again slice it, right? But for a chef, a trained chef, what the speed would be? Because they practiced it again and again. Okay. So just out of jest, and they're absolutely cruel, They call out his name and he's so happy that he goes, but they dash it over to pieces.
So
They don't have a letter, but they purposely call out his name so that he reacts.
the old man.
like a monkey and all that.
Yes, because he's like, a letter from your loved one have you like ever like, that is a blessing in this one. You get a message in a second. But imagine if you had never had mobiles or you had never had any that kind of conveyance. Imagine one letter can have such importance in a person's life. Because you are far away from home, the only way to contact a person is a letter. Have you been to a place where there's no network?
No village.
You've been to your place. Have you ever been far from your parents? Imagine you have not heard 10 days from your parents, how would you feel?
I would cry in the 15th session.
No, I should not cry. I will feel little lonely.
Yeah, you'll be feeling lonely, you don't have any news of your parents, you don't know what is going on with your
I
parents.
will be like, what can I be?
I'm not talking about being with your family as an extended family, I'm not talking about that.
You know, my own mother and father.
No, I'm not saying that. In the village, I'm not talking about extended. Imagine you are all alone in a new place with no network system. And you have not heard even one day from your parents. And they are not immediate. What will you feel? What will the parents feel? That desperation, have you understood that kind of desperation? What the scenario is that desperation unable to contact that person. And we feel, because I was having
I have an example. We were having a lecture till 6:30, and then I forgot to tell my mother that I'm going to write a test till 8:30. And she was very nervous.
She started panicking.
Yes. And she cried. She called my grandmother as we come here. She asked all my coaching friends and all that. And then she might call my dad also. And when I entered the home, she scolded me. She was crying and all that.
Yeah, that happens. It happens. It happens. Not you are too young. It happens with me also. It has situations I forgot my mobile at home. I was stuck in a traffic jam. I was supposed to reach at a particular time. I reached 2 hours late. And they were able to contact me. So it was there. It came to a situation where it would have been a police complaint. In that situation it came. If I had been 1 minute also after that late, it would have been a police complaint. So that is desperation. Understood? That kind of desperation he had. So they are using that kind of desperation against a person because they're absolutely pathetic. Right? Because he's calling on names and suddenly you have years later and you're waiting for that letter, for that person's, your loved one's letter to arrive, and then they said, oh, you've gone mad, you've gone crazy, you're a pest. So keep calling that names. But he still has that. He never responds, he's still humble, he still has the patience to bear all whatever the insults are. Understood?
For example, like such a solution that you can track me or like that. Means we are able to track my mobile too.
Yeah. Oh, that's your daughter, mother, I hope.
My chance.
But what if you don't take the mobile away? How will they take that?
No, as I'm a mobile, I will have to make up.
Ask me, I forget it.
The old man went back slowly to the bench on which he had been accustomed to sit for 5 long days. Ali had been a clever shikari. As his skill increased, so did his love for the hunt. Till at last, it was impossible for him to pass a day without hunting.
Now, this is when he was young. That means he didn't have I am explaining not for you to make faces.
Then I understood
The last exchange is, I am interrupting you because you need to understand each line. So when I say that Hari was a clever shikari, because he loved hunting and it became a passion for him that he couldn't stay without hunting. In his young days, he didn't value family. Understood? It tells you that he didn't value, he didn't think twice to go hunting every day, not spending time with his family. But now, in contrast, in his old days, he realized the value and he's waiting to be in contact with his daughter. But now the daughter doesn't have the time.
Can we say that this is karma?
normal life is, isn't it?
in the story.
So now if you see, as a simple example, your parents, if your both the parents are working, and you as a young child, I'm talking about now, at least you all are little bit understand. But you as a young child, Papa is never at home, Mama is in the office. What happens? You feel that they don't love you. But is that the actual situation? No. But they are basically busy doing their work. And the only thing is that people are running behind money and making that materialistic pleasure.
There is a reason why people are behind the money. One is not that you can't live a one day in the city.
But
and
money doesn't give you happiness.
Yes, I agree. It doesn't give happiness. Right?
It makes your life comfortable. And you want your family.
Gives happiness and materialistics.
Yeah. It makes your family is happy to give you the comfort and pleasure. But as I said, time doesn't wait. Remember, Osman Bank is waiting. It doesn't wait for anyone. And those precious moments are lost. Sometimes you are walking for the first time, and your parents have never seen you walking the first time is always the most memorable thing. Your first word is always most memorable thing. But sometimes, because it has now become a materialistic world, it's the fact that you can't survive without being a little bit materialistic because you want to give comfort to your family. But as the time passes, you don't have that, you miss out a lot of precious moments. So he became so engrossed into hunting that he couldn't be so passionate about it one day or single day, he couldn't be without hunting.
When I cited the earth from privilege,
Partridge. Partridge is a bird.
patronage,
Almost invisible to others.
almost invisible to other eyes, the poor bird, they said, was as good as in his bag
So it shows that he's an expert
and
hunter.
sharp.
Very sharp.
His sharp eyes saw the hare
Crouching,
bending.
bending, and
I
hiding.
told you that.
Yes.
Even when the dogs failed to see the creature cunningly hidden in the yellow-brown scrub, Ali's eyes would catch the sight of
So
his face.
dogs have very strong sense of smell and sharp eyesight. So even now when you compare the dogs with Ali was sharper than the dogs. Okay.
Because still done. Because still done, no?
Yeah, he was extremely skilled hunter. So these sentences emphasize what a skilled hunter he was. So this is made for describing both his occupation and how he was an expert in that. These are the sentences you use.
And in another moment, it was red. Besides this, he would often go out with his friend, the fisherman.
Now see, it's mentioned and it goes out to his friends, it goes out to fishermen. Don't mention of his daughter and his family. So this is his previous life. Okay, that is what it is.
But when the evening of his life was drawing in,
What does this phrase mean?
when he's like dead and the
When
last
he-
part of his life was coming.
Yes. That means that he is extremely old. Towards the end of his life. Okay.
He left his old days and his life suddenly took a new turn. His only child, Maria, married and left him. She went into the soldiers into his regiment in the Punjab. And for the last 5 years, he had no news of his daughter, for whose sake alone he dragged along a cheerless existence. Now, he understood he understood the meaning of love and separation. He could no longer enjoy the sportsman's pleasure and laughter at the bewildered terror of the young bereft
And
patriots, bereft of their parents.
alright. This also talks a lot about the thing. First,
His personality
he
is
left,
starting
yeah,
to unwind.
it took a turn because he left his old days as in hunting, he left his friends, he left going around with others, and life suddenly took a new turn. His only child, he had married and left him. So he had one daughter and she married and left him. She went off on a soldier into the regiment in Punjab, and for the last 5 years, he had no news of his daughter. For the whose sake alone, he dragged along a cheerless existence. He lived for his daughter,
He had
and
nothing to
no nothing to live for other than his daughter. But now look at this. Now he understood. Look at the word now. Now he understood the meaning of love and separation. He didn't understand when he was young Now we understood, like it happens when you're young, you don't understand. Like,
The importance
even
of
somebody
family.
means something to you is a depiction of love. They don't have to say I love you, or they don't. But even some simple action of getting up early in the morning and saying goodbye to
Not
you,
like father only.
yeah, is a depiction of love. Your father doing so much for you, buying so many things for you, making sure that you're comfortable is a sign of love.
You may not say I love you, but
Yeah, you
if
don't have to show that
if you
say
work
I
for
love you.
your son, do like that.
His action shows love. That's what it is. Now we understood how love and separation. That time he had his pet, he had his hunting, he had everything.
But he did not understand family. He
Yes.
didn't
He
understand.
didn't think that was like now he realized. Okay?
But
And 1 minute.
sorry.
He could no longer enjoy the sportsman pleasure. Hunting.
The fun of the hunting.
Yes, laughter of the bewildered. Bewildered is confused. Terrified young Patrish. The threat of their parents. The threat is taken away from the parents, killed. Right?
Hmm.
So
The
the
separation.
birth, yeah, separation. His daughter and his separation and the advantage and their parents' separation.
Could you, sorry,
Ah.
got that. Could you explain rebuild the terror of the young?
Bewildered terror when the children when they're taken away from their family, how they feel as confused and terrified. Why is this happening to them? Now he understood. You know that kind of like he's not got any news of his daughter. So now he understood that how the package also used as the package also felt these or the birds also feel when they are taken away from the young ones when they are taken away from their parents. Birds also have feelings. And now he understood because his daughter is no longer with him. Now he can empathize. As in that, when you experience that particular part, what the others are experiencing, then you start realizing how
When
difficult
in that
it is.
situation.
Now we.
Although the hunter instinct was in his very blood and bones, such loneliness had come into his life since the day Mariam had gone away. That now, forgetting the sport, he would become lost in the admiration of the green cornfield. He reflected deeply and came to the conclusion that the whole universe was built up to love and that the grief of separation was inescapable. 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 And understanding this, he sat down under a tree and wept bitterly. From that day, he had risen sir, each morning at 4 o'clock to walk to the post office. In his whole life, he had never received a letter, but with a devout serenity, born of hope, and he was so persevered and was always the first to arrive.
So it's like this his whole life has been transformed. Okay? And now how? It was his hunter's instinct was there in his blood. Alright, but such loneliness had come into place since William had got rid that now forgetting his work, he got lost in the admiration of the green conflict. He started admiring nature. When basically why? Because he's very lonely and
Empathy or sympathy?
nature here.
No, but like what he called with empathy or sympathy.
It was not empathy, neither sympathy.
Why not?
Why this
Because you
sense?
could finally keep the separation of
No,
animals from
no,
their
that is empathy. But here, this one is started realizing.
sorry, I meant
It started realizing, nature teaches lessons.
that.
So he started appreciating the lessons. He like hunting was there, but he doesn't think therefore of that, and he felt that now, the separation basically. He reflected deeply and came to the conclusion that the whole universe was built up to love. Yes, the whole universe is built through love. Whether it is nature, when you're talking about plants, when you're talking about animals, you're talking about families, you're talking about everything around you was built with love. And it is built for love. Have you realized that? Like everything. Taj Mahal was built because he loved his wife. Yes, your family, your father and your mother have built that home. Otherwise, it was a house. It's four walls. But putting little touches in your room, in there, in the family, it became a home. Where because love lived in that. So it was that. And Then he says, and the grief of separation was inescapable. You cannot, it's in your life, life is like that. You are going to live life and there is always going to be grief and sorrow. You have to feel sorrow. It is inescapable because it is inevitable. You will feel life goes down. So if you one day you're happy, the next day you are going to be sad. And that is what he says. That is what he felt. And understanding, that deeper understanding came now when he was separated from his daughter. He sat under the tree and wept bitterly because he was missing his daughter so much, and he realized now is the wrong time to, he should have missed when he had the time to do it. Now he realized that his mistake, and then he started crying. From that day, he had risen early morning at 4 o'clock to walk to the post office. So from that day, when he realized the anxiety, the separation, this one, he started walking. He got up at 4 o'clock and started walking to the post office. His whole life, he never received a letter, but like the devout is very holy. That kind of holy this one. Serenity is peace. Okay, born of hope and faith. He always hoped that he will receive a letter, and he always believed that his daughter will write to him. Okay? He persevered. You know what is persevere, right? That means he never gave up hope. He persevered and always he was the first to arrive in the post office. He never gave up hope. He always knew that he will receive a letter. And it did come true. But when he passed away, but his hope proved correct.
So could we say that because that whole man was in the past, and after his family or daughter in the village, he started noticing the small aspects of life.
Yes.
Became affectionate.
Okay.
The post office, one of the most uninteresting buildings in the world, became his place of pleasure. He always occupied a particular seat in a particular corner of the building, and when the people got to know his habit, he laughed at it. The postman began to make a game of him. Even though there was no letter for him, he would call out his name for the fun of seeing him jump up and come to the door. Still, with boundless faith and infinite patience, he came every day and went away empty-handed.
Now the world doesn't perceive you, or the world always in front of you. Like what you sometimes want to believe deeply, and they will laugh at you.
People don't get it.
People will never get it, people will never understand. They will laugh at you. And the same thing happened with you. He very pilgrimage into the post office because he was waiting for the daughter's letter. And he would sit in a very particular corner, but these people, whenever they called out names, they would purposely call out his name. And when he would react, they would laugh at him. They would take advantage of his weaknesses. That kind of love which is really waiting for the letter, they took advantage of it and made fun of it. And they were looked down upon him, that all he had faced. But even then, he persevered. He never gave up. He didn't lose hope. That perseverance, that determination was there. He never, every day without failing would come. So that means with boundless faith and infinite patience. His patience was now nobody could break him. Yeah, that's all. And he came every day went away empty handed. For 5 years he continued this practice, even though he came with a single letter. You lose patience.
After 1 2 months, no one can do
Even
it.
Einstein, if you say, how many experiments, 1,000 times he failed and then he got one. Which was that
Instead of this
Edison, Thomas Alva.
they ordered 10,000 or 1,000 bulbs and that he got
What?
the bulb.
And Einstein?
I don't know. He was just sitting in the
Why? What was Einstein known to be?
to this
Great.
power
What
for
is
gravity.
that?
For the gravity.
Your apple.
Apple
That's
is
Newton.
That is Newton.
Look at the Einstein or
Please
something.
shut up, I would apple.
Yeah, I'm great say apple.
That's what he wanted apple, so I said apple. I mean, I was coming to Newton. Newton also. But Einstein was known as the. Did he study? Did he come to the schooling?
No, which is wrong.
You know what? Who was Beethoven?
What?
Beethoven.
I know grammar well.
Grammar by teleprompter. That's okay. Beethoven was a musician. And you know the greatest part of being the world's greatest musician? He was deaf.
He couldn't hear the written instructions.
And he created the world's greatest music.
But he couldn't hear it.
His music, if you hear up till now, is very popular. He is the greatest master. See, that is what we are. That is what we that is what we can achieve. That's what is that is like every time you put him down, you would not lose hope. You would never give up. That's how life is. You shouldn't give up till you don't reach your destination. Till you don't want something with the passion, with that great passion you should pursue. So when he says like this is he knew each and every detail of what he wants to do. That is how you should be. If you're passionate about it, pursue it. If you're not passionate about it, don't go for it. Okay?
While elevated, peons would come for their firm's letters and he would hear them discussing their master's scandals. These smart young peons, in their spotless servants and clean shoes, were always eager to express themselves. Meanwhile, the door would be thrown open and the postmaster, a man with a face as sad and as inexpressive as a pumpkin, would be seen sitting on his chair inside. There was no glimmer of animation in his features. Such men usually proved to be village schoolmasters, office clerks, or postmasters.
They're using a lot of metaphors and similes. So let me complete this paragraph. When Ali outdated peons came from their firms for their firm's letter. Peons from various offices would come to collect the letters of their bosses, and you would hear them discussing their master scandals. So it became a very gossip monging place. You could hear different kind of gossips from everywhere. These smart young peons in the spotted circle and this is talking about the old India. So they would have this turban with the head. That time, remember, they used to wear turbans.
Still,
They don't wear turbans. They have this kind of a hat, cap kind of thing. And Greek people were always eager to express themselves, and they would love to gossip. Okay, so they would love to gossip, and they would always tell them, tell him this has happened. The boss has done this, and this is what has happened in the office. Meanwhile, the door would be thrown open at the postmaster. Now, look at the simile. A man with a face as sad as an inexpressive as a pumpkin. You see the pumpkin?
Kaddu.
Kaddu, that Halloween pumpkin, you see how it is very inexpressive. It's a vegetable, right? It doesn't have any kind of expression. So his face is exactly like that. And there was no glimmer of animation in his face. So no smile, nothing was visible at a poker face. And such men usually prove. Now these kind of people were always either village schoolmasters,
Officers
officers,
or
or
postmasters.
of Paris. Yes. Now we can finish it.
Yay.
Yay.